not another soul inside. Only you, so we walk alone. Though I knew that there was something wrong.
Good morning. It is the WXCO Morning Report, part of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. You can also catch us on YouTube on the 98.9 WXCO YouTube channel. In fact, if you missed our conversation earlier with Sean Wright, the executive director of Wausau's Grand Theater and the Wausau Performing Arts Foundation, we will have it as a podcast a little bit later on this morning on our news portion of the website, WXCO.FM. But you can also go back right now and actually take a look and listen to our interview on YouTube, again, at the 98.9 WXCO YouTube channel. The time is 7:53, 58 degrees under overcast skies here in downtown Wausau. It is Thursday morning, August the 28th of 2025. Ian Welsh on the other side of the glass. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, Chad.
Wanted to talk a little bit about a story I saw last night, in fact. And there was a lot of things that were done in the aftermath of the 2020 insurrection. We remember in January of 2020, actually I should say, 2020, 2021, in that time frame, there was a lot of things that were done to try and, I think, say that democracy is important, facts are important. One of which was in late 2020, after the election, as a lot of misinformation was put out there by folks that were trying to push the election lie that Donald Trump actually won the election instead of Joe Biden. YouTube took a decisive step. The company suspended the right-wing conspiracy factory One America News. It demonetized its channel and declared that it was not an authoritative source. And it was the right call. OAN has a lengthy record of spewing dangerous lies about everything from COVID to the 2020 election. At the time, YouTube insisted it had a responsibility to protect its users from corrosive disinformation and noted that OAN had repeatedly violated its misinformation policies. But according to a newsletter, Status, which I get, it's a information and politics and media newsletter, and it's a very good piece of information to keep a track on a lot of the disinformation merchants out there. Oliver Darcy is the editor and writer of it. But according to Status, Google, their leader, Sundar Pichai, and his chief operator, Neil Mohan, basically are what they call making a shameless whiplash-inducing reversal. Yesterday, YouTube TV and OAN proudly announced that they had inked a carriage deal, catapulting the channel onto one of the country's largest digital pay TV platforms. So, in effect, Google has tossed a lifeline to OAN because almost every other major carrier in the country had booted it from its lineup. So now, YouTube TV, it will become, if not the biggest, perhaps the biggest distributor of this propaganda arm of MAGA. That's what OAN is. It's a propaganda outlet. They tell you misinformation, and it gets people riled up based on lies. And the thing that Oliver Darcy says that I caught my eye was, YouTube is not even pretending to be embarrassed about this. In fact, they raved about this deal. The global head of media, a guy named Justin Connolly, said, "Our goal has always been to provide our subscribers with a wide range of content, which is why we're excited to bring One America News to YouTube TV. The partnership gives One America News access to our growing audience while also giving our subscribers even more choice when it comes to news and entertainment."
Oh, dear.
Basically, the translation is, the company that once declared OAN toxic because of its lies and its propaganda will now help it cash in on that propaganda and dangerous lies. And basically,
of a hypocrite right there.
well, basically, it's all because Donald Trump is back in the White House using his power to try to pressure all sorts of media outlets to bend to his will. He's weaponized the federal government to try to make these media organizations bow at his whim. And there's no courage anymore right now. There's no courage. They're afraid of the bottom line. They might lose a little bit of money here. So who cares if democracy goes down the drain? It's just wrong. We need folks to stand up. And for YouTube to do this is wrong. It's just wrong.
It is. It's shameful.
It's what, I mean, they said 5 years ago, not even 5 years ago, that this was a propaganda outlet. It was a dangerous outlet to America. And now, yesterday, they turn around and they're proud to bring One America News out there and to allow them this platform to reach millions and millions of people. The shame, and there's no shame. That's the thing as well. There's no shame in this either.
No shame at all.
So again, I thought it's actually, I think, a very important story to say where we are right now, because Donald Trump and his minions right now are showing no fear of weaponizing the federal government in any way possible. And
not many people are showing the courage to stand up to all of this and actually fight back right now.
And we need people in the Congress, people in the government, people to stand up too. And we don't see enough of that as well. So on that note, we're going to wrap up this hour. Coming up, we have an information update, news, weather, and sports. We will be back for our next WXCO morning report at 8:22. At the end of that segment, we'll have our number for the day quiz. We'll see if Ian can make it 3 out of 4 this week. He's off to another fast start. But coming up next, again, after the information update, Brittany will be back with a look at the weather. And then I will also be joining Pat Kreitlow as well. So that's coming up in the next segment of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow here on 98.9 WXCO.